because everything is popping out of every nook and cranny. Hey guys, welcome to another bump date. This is going to be my 22-week pregnancy update. I know some people are a little bit confused about how far along I am, and that's because my bump dates are not always filmed in real time. I don't always upload right after I film my videos, and I don't always film my videos like when I'm exactly turning that week that I'm documenting. As of today, July 29th, it's a Monday, I am 22 weeks pregnant. So my week change is every Monday. I'm a new week and my due date is December 2nd. So I hope that clarifies everything, but I'm actually 22 weeks pregnant today and I'm filming my bump date today. I have a decent amount of stuff to touch on, but I also am mainly gonna be answering your guys' questions because I asked on Instagram to ask me questions, specifically pregnancy and Darcy related. So supposedly at 22 weeks, your baby is 11 inches long and 1 pound. That is crazy. It says as big as a red bell pepper, but I have never seen an 11-inch bell pepper. It's just exciting that this is like finally the point in pregnancy where you really start to get a bump and baby really starts to grow rapidly. As far as symptoms go, I'll talk about that really quickly. I haven't had too many, but the biggest things that I've noticed, I've been out of breath a lot. And I haven't been like that the entire pregnancy until now. And also I have noticed I can't lay flat on my back anymore, which is insane to me because I slept on my back with Brodys pregnancy probably up until I was over 35 weeks. My doctor always said, as long as it's comfortable for you, you can pretty much sleep. However, the second I lay flat, I feel like I can't breathe because it feels like everything is just crushing my lungs, and it just like, I don't know, it feels really weird like right here. So I've been like propping my pregnancy pillow up at night and definitely still sleeping with that thing. Thank God I have it. I have the Pharmadoc pregnancy pillow. It's the C-shaped one, just peeing all the time. Definitely a big symptom. And I think what I noticed is I really need to start cutting off like fluid intake after a certain period of time when I get to the end of the day, and I think I'm just gonna start trying to like hold my bladder for a decent amount of time before I go to bed. Not enough to get like a UTI, but I just like when I get to the end of the day, I just start peeing a ton, and then I lay down to go to bed, and then I get up to pee like 6 times before I can even get comfortable, because then the second I lay back down, I have to pee again. That's it for symptoms. I did get some clothing items. I'll show you guys. They're really basic. I'm wearing one of them right now. It's a white tank top from Target. It's just the Isabel maternity brand. This is a size small, and you guys will see the rest of it when I show you my bump. And then I got the same one in gray. I think these are $9 each. But if you get two, I think it's like 2 for $16 at Target. So I got 2 of these. I'm not a fan of ruching on the sides, and a lot of pregnancy tops and dresses have it, obviously. So I try to avoid things with excessive ruching because I just don't like the way it looks. I never have. So these I like because they're just really long and they grow with your bump. I also don't have it in here, but I got a black V-neck t-shirt from Target, which is also maternity. It has a little bit of ruching, but it's not bad. And then I got 2 pairs of biker shorts from TJ Maxx. I will just show you guys really quickly because I'm wearing one. But they're black, so they just look like this. They're not maternity. I don't know why I'm like slapping my leg. But I sized up to a medium, and they're super comfortable, and they hold everything in because everything is popping out of every nook and cranny. And it also came with like another dark gray color. It was a pack, so it was the black and like a dark heather gray for $16. I'm just uncomfortable. I have nothing that fits. None of my shirts fit anymore. My stomach hangs out of the bottom of every single shirt that I own. It's way too hot for jeans, and I'm not a huge dress fan. I think I've told you guys that in the past. I'm a minimalist, you guys. I think this is my last pregnancy, so I don't want to splurge on maternity items because I really don't see a point and it's such a short season of life. You do not need to spend money on expensive maternity pieces. It's just not necessary in my opinion, unless you have a job where you really need to dress up for work like on the daily and you need like maternity like business clothes and stuff. That's the only exception in my opinion. I'm gonna answer some of you guys' questions. I told you to ask me on Instagram. So the first question we'll ask is, do you think she will get Corey's coloring? Well, this is what our first child looks like. If you guys don't know, this is Brody. He is 2 years and 4 months old, and Brody has my coloring. He is very fair, blonde hair, and blue eyes. And if you guys don't know what my husband looks like, my husband is half Hispanic and Native American, and the other half is white. So it's very interesting, the combination. I have no idea. Darcy could either come out dark, because Corey is dark. Corey has really dark skin. He has like a beautiful like red toned olive skin, jet black hair, dark brown eyes, and it's just crazy that Brody got such recessive traits. I'm gonna guess that Darcy is going to come out with Corey's dominant coloring. I feel like the odds of Brody coming out the way he did were very slim, and he did, which tells me he'll probably be our only like fair child. My guess, I'm gonna call it, I guess that Darcy will have like beautiful like caramel skin, and I'm gonna guess that she has like a really pretty like warm brunette hair color with like hazel eyes. Someone asked if I think the transition from 1 to 2 kids will be easier or harder than 0 to 1. 0 to 1 was really hard for me, but I think that's just because I had no idea what it was like to be a mom. I don't know if I was fully ready to give up my independence, and I had a really hard time with giving up my independence, and I'm totally fine with it now, but it was a really hard transition from 0 to 1, and I also had really bad postpartum depression about it. I'm gonna guess that it won't be as hard, only because we don't have really hectic schedules. I work a really relaxed work schedule. I only work 3 days a week, and I'm only gonna work 3 days a week when I go back after Darcy's born. And Corey works the opposite schedule of me, so we don't have like kids we're rushing to like daycare or school. We have to like leave at a certain time in the morning. I'm gonna say that just those factors alone will make it not that hard, because we'll be home a lot to kind of like ease into the transition. A couple questions similar to this, but this one says, is pregnancy still scary for you? I had a miscarriage and so scared of being pregnant again. No. And only because I feel like I have been pregnant a lot of times. This is my 7th pregnancy. And although we've been through a lot of loss, I think I've touched on this in a Q&A that I did recently, but I'm at the point where I've experienced so much loss. You kind of become numb to it if you are a lost mom and you've had multiple miscarriages. I am scared for like a really late term loss, because I think that that would just be terrifying. But in my opinion, it's just something you can't think about. You literally can't think about it, because there's no point in worrying. First of all, there's nothing you can do to prevent a miscarriage. There's nothing you can do to prevent a stillbirth for the most part. You really can't do anything. Like, it's literally in God's hands, and if you just let yourself dwell on it, you're gonna drive yourself nuts. I do know that they have found that stress is not healthy during pregnancy, so I have chosen to completely not think about it. Someone asked, anything parenting wise you think you'll do differently with Darcy versus Brody? If anything, I think that what I'll do differently with Darcy isn't really like parenting, I guess. It's more like breastfeeding. I have like a bigger plan set in motion for breastfeeding. I think where I went wrong with Brody was I was feeding him really healthy when he started solids, and I kind of just let him fall off, and I gave in to his like toddler tantrums and cravings, and then he just only ate things that were not that great after that. My plan with Darcy, it's gonna be a little bit different. With Brody, I did not do baby-led weaning. I did not nurse until the age of 1. I think that I just gave in to him fighting food. What I plan to do is nurse until the age of 1. That's my goal. It's a big goal of mine. And do baby-led weaning. With Brody, I gave Brody solids starting at like 4 months. I would never do that again after I've done a ton of research on it. A couple people asked what Darcy's middle name is. Some people asked if she has a middle name or what her middle name is. Darcy does have a middle name, so her full name is Darcy Blair Self. And I got a little bit of mixed like opinions on that. Some people thought it was weird that I gave Darcy her older sister's name, who is deceased. I don't think it's weird. To me, it's literally no different than giving your late father or grandmother a tribute to your child and like giving them a middle name that your grandma had, or you know, if you have a son and your dad passed away and you name your child your dad's name. It's the same thing in my opinion. And that's how I see it. And I love the name Blair, so her middle name is Blair. Someone asked, do I ever fear sharing time with Darcy and Brody will be difficult? Yes. I have no idea how I'm gonna balance my time. To me, in my head, I just kind of have it as I'm literally gonna do everything I do now with Brody with Darcy attached to me. I do want to have like Brody and me days where it's like just him and I, so he doesn't feel like we don't do that anymore. And I think that'll be really important. I don't know how the time sharing will work. That's my biggest worry, but I think all parents worry about that and it ends up being fine. A lot of people want to know what pregnancy apps I'm using. So the biggest one I use, and I'm not gonna lie you guys, whenever I post this app on Instagram, I probably get like 20 DMs every time. And it's always like, what is this app? What is this app? Even when I write the app on the screen, people are like, what app is this? Pregnancy Plus, that's like the biggest one that I use. Pregnancy Plus. I also use What to Expect, Obia, and The Bump. Those are the only apps that I use. Someone asked, how was my glucose test in the past? She goes for hers this week. Good luck. My glucose test with Brody was good. I think I did it, I'm already having mom brain. I thought I had my glucose test at 28 weeks, but I realized I actually had it at 26 weeks. I only had to take the 1 hour because I passed. I do have diabetes in my family. I think on my dad's side. I don't think on my mom's side. So I guess I'm like a little bit predisposed to it, but only a tad. I was worried though, because with Brody I had a big sweet tooth. I know that doesn't always indicate that you will have gestational diabetes, but when I was 26 weeks with Brody, I had already gained like 21 pounds and I was eating sweets all the time, so I was really concerned. And I think, don't quote me because the number could be way off, but I think I was told the number they were looking for had to be like 139 or lower for you to pass, and my number was like 76. I got the orange flavored drink. They didn't give me an option, but I really liked it. I think it tasted good. I love like sugary drinks. I love Gatorade, I love sodas, so I don't think I'll have a problem drinking it. I had no problem drinking it in like the 3 minutes that they give you, and I'm actually looking forward to drinking it again. Someone asked if my plan is to go all natural with Darcy. I don't know, I think so, and I think I want to try, but I'm not entirely sure if I will succeed. So with Brody, I had the epidural. With Blair, I did not have the epidural. They didn't offer it to me, but Blair was also preterm. I was 22.5 weeks, and I don't think they offer the epidural when you're that early in your pregnancy, but also I was given pain medication that you're not allowed to have with normal delivery because Blair had passed. I still felt everything with Blair, and her labor was excruciating, and it was like 36 hours long. But I was induced with Brody. I was on Pitocin. So I've been told and I've read that Pitocin contractions are way worse, and that if you can go natural and like not be induced and not have an epidural, it's not that bad. I really don't want to have to be induced unless it's a medical emergency like it was last time, or I need to for whatever reason. So my goal is to just wait it out. Even if I go past my due date, I'm gonna do like natural things to try and induce labor, and I would like to go all natural. So I've actually been looking into hypnobirthing. I've been looking into like worship playlists that I want to start building. Also, I won't feel like a failure if I get the epidural either. I think I'm just gonna have to play it by ear and see how bad labor is. Someone asked if I have any more news about what the doctor found on the ultrasound. Not yet. So I go in again at 24 weeks. Like I said, I'm 22 weeks today, so I have exactly 2 weeks until my appointment. Someone asked what my worst week in pregnancy was, and then another asked like how bad were my first trimester symptoms and when did they ease off. I think my worst week was week 7, and my first trimester symptoms were pretty bad. With Brody, they were nothing at all. I felt like it wasn't a big deal. With Darcy, my nausea was completely gone by 12 weeks. Someone asked if I have any new favorite baby items I'm excited to use for Darcy. I'm excited to use the Docatot from the beginning with Darcy, with Brody. I didn't get the Docatot Deluxe until Brody was 5 months old. Sorry if you hear him coming in and out with the door. And I'm gonna try and use the Docatot right away, mostly for lounging and daytime naps when I can monitor her. I'm also excited to use the Haka. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's like the thing that you put on the side you're not nursing from, and it collects your breast milk letdown. I did not even know that that existed with Brody, and I'm excited about it because I'm hoping that it can help me build a stash for when I go back to work without really having to pump that much. A lot of people want to know how I think Brody will be with his new sister. I think that Brody will, whoa, did you put my shirt sticker on your shirt? I think Brody will be an amazing big brother. It's hot, okay, go boo boo. There you go. He's loving and kind. He's also crazy, but he loves babies. Whenever we see a baby, he just melts. He loves baby humans. He loves baby puppies or kittens. Every time he sees one, he just dies. He gets so excited and he cuddles them, and he's very, very sweet. So I think that he will love Darcy. I think he will want to hold her, and I think he'll be very interested in her, but I could be totally wrong. I'm a little worried about him being like rough with her, so we're gonna work on that. No, I'm not getting him a baby doll. I saw people like ask that. I'm not, but I also practice him being gentle with like teddy bears and stuff, and he loves that. And I do plan on getting him a gift in the hospital from Darcy, but it's probably not gonna be a doll. It'll probably be like a Big Brother book with like a cape or something like that. Asked sink or bathtub baths. I just do bathtub baths. I did sink baths with Brody, but that gives me anxiety because the sink is made for like dishes, and I feel like in order to bathe a baby in it, you have to clean the sink. I have like the infant bath thing. Oh my gosh, Brody, you're giving me so much anxiety right now. I have the infant tub, and I'm gonna use the same one that I used with Brody. It's blue, I don't care. But that's just easier because then I can do that like with Brody, and they can just take a bath and I can get it all done. Last question that I will answer asked if I have a registry and does Brody grasp the brother thing, or does he not really know? I really don't think Brody knows he's gonna be a brother. I think he's too young for that. I think all he knows is just that he gets all of the attention. So I don't think he understands that there's gonna be a baby living with us, but I talk about it all the time to try and like acclimate him to it. As far as the registry, I don't have one, but I'm gonna create one on, I'm probably gonna create multiple registries just so I can get the end of registry like discount that you get. I'm gonna do that so I can just use that discount to buy last minute baby items. I'll answer one more. Someone asked how much weight have I gained during this pregnancy, and do I follow a specific eating plan? No, I pretty much just eat whatever I want within reason, and I have gained like 12 pounds at 22 weeks. So I don't know if that's good or not, but I'm trying not to gain excessively, so we will see. That is all for the questions that I'm gonna answer. That was pretty much the bulk of this pregnancy update, but I hope that clarified some things for you guys and answered some questions that you were curious about. My next pregnancy update is going to be my 24-week pregnancy update, and also my follow-up ultrasound, and having another one in 2 weeks. Hi!
But under the stars, I close my eyes and think of you. Although you're far away, we're under the same stars. Always, always.
That is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys are pregnant, leave me a comment down below with your due date. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next update. Bye!